Are you moving to the upstate of South Carolina, but you've never actually been here before? This video is going to be the beginner's guide to Greenville. You're coming to Greenville for just a few days, and this is what you should do first. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirsch. I'm a third-generation realtor here in the upstate of South Carolina. If you've never been to the upstate and you're trying to decide what area fits you best, take the quiz in my comments below. That's going to help you decide what area to kind of focus on based on your wants and your needs. In this video, we're going to be talking about what you should do on your first weekend here in Greenville. For example, I had some clients a few weeks ago. They came here from California. They had only been to the upstate one time. They spent one night in Travelers Rest of all places and then left. When they were trying to decide where to retire, their daughter lives in Florida, their son lives in Washington, D.C., and they just decided, hey, why not live in the middle? Why not live in Greenville? There's lots of people who do move here kind of sight unseen. There are also people who maybe are getting relocated here for work and have never even been to the upstate. It's very often that I have a client that's here staying for 2 or 3 days. They're here to pick a house because they're moving here for work, but they're also trying to get to know the area a little bit because they're about to move here and they've never been here. So this is going to be your crash course for a great weekend in Greenville. Let's go ahead and start off with the most important thing, which is where are we going to eat? Here in the South, food is how community is created. Food is what all of our towns, all of our families are centered around. And if you only have a few days in the upstate, I definitely have some recommendations for you. Of course, the first dinner restaurant that I'm gonna send you to is Hall's Chop House. Hall's is a very, very quintessential South Carolina restaurant. The original location is in Charleston. They have locations in Nexton and in Columbia, in Nashville, and in downtown Greenville. So if you're only here for one weekend, you definitely need to splurge and go to Hall's Chop House to get a real taste of Southern cuisine. Another great option for dinner, and maybe if you're trying to fill out a new community here in Greenville, is to go to Hartness, which is a new construction community in Greenville, South Carolina, that also has 2 restaurants and a hotel and several other really amazing amenities. The restaurant that I'm going to recommend to you there is called Patterson Kitchen. It is my favorite new restaurant in Greenville. It's almost like a little destination when you go there during the week or with friends. It's on the outskirts in that community, so you get to make a little drive. You might enjoy cocktails at the O5 or at the Hotel Hartness and then go over for dinner at the Patterson, which also has a really great bar. So maybe check out the Patterson for one of your dinners if you're only here for a few nights. And then the last place I think I'll recommend if you're gonna be choosing one more dinner while you're here between looking at houses, that would be Sweet Basil Thai Kitchen in the Pelham Road area. If you're looking in Spartanburg or in Greenville, Pelham Road is definitely very accessible and there's a lot of restaurants there, but I am a big sucker for Thai food and Sweet Basil is by far the best Thai restaurant in the upstate. So there's my 3 best dinner restaurants for your first weekend in Greenville. Now we're going to talk about what you're going to do with your little bit of free time. Very often when I have clients in town, if we have 6 houses to look at in a day, or maybe even up to 9, once you've seen that 9th house, you're kind of worn out. It's going to be very hard to go see more than 10 houses in one day, even for me. You kind of start getting the differences between the houses confused in your head. So you do need some activities for the rest of the day to kind of decompress and give you a chance to think about what area you're going to land on or what house you're going to buy. The first thing I'm going to recommend you check out is our brand new Pickle Park, which is in Unity Park in Greenville. It's a really awesome new facility that has a couple restaurants, a huge jumbotron for watching football, baseball, basketball, and several pickleball courts that you can reserve and play pickleball. I am not sporty. This place, the first time I played pickleball was literally only a few weeks ago and I had a great time. You can hang out for a couple hours, you can eat dinner there, you can have lunch there, you can play pickleball, and then you can easily pop out the door and walk on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, go to the Commons for dinner, walk to downtown Greenville. It's a really good place to kind of center your night around here in Greenville. And it gives you the opportunity, especially in the spring and the fall, to be outside, which is what everybody wants here. Our weather during the spring and the fall is absolutely amazing, and our parks are the #1 way that we get to take advantage of that. Another thing, if you're here only for one weekend and you're really wanting to get to know the area, would be to check out some of our downtowns. Of course, if you want to go check out downtown Greenville, you can walk from Falls Park all the way up Main Street and see so many amazing shops and restaurants and live event venues like the Peace Center. You can walk from downtown Greenville on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. You can go all the way up to the Commons. You can have dinner there. You can check out Unity Park. Downtown Greenville is definitely very walkable and definitely something that you should check out even if you're not planning on living in Greenville. If you're planning on moving to Spartanburg for work or because that's where you want to be, you should still go check out downtown Greenville because it's going to be one of your new awesome amenities that you get to take advantage of. I would definitely recommend, no matter where you're moving in the Upstate, to familiarize yourself with downtown Spartanburg. So if you are maybe looking at houses all day long on the east side of Spartanburg, take time that night to go to dinner somewhere downtown, like Sophia's or the Kennedy in Spartanburg, and walk the main street and see what there is to do there. We have the Freight Yard, which is a really awesome beer garden that you can hang out at. We have RJ Rocker's Brewery, which is an awesome place that has live music all the time. We have the rooftop of AC Hotel, which is a Rick Irwin's restaurant called Level 10 that you can check out and see the sunset. So there's a lot to do in downtown Spartanburg that you should definitely check out, whether or not that's going to be your final destination for where you're going to move here in the Upstate. One more small town that I'll recommend you check out if you're only here for a weekend, especially if you're checking out some of our more country areas like Campobello or Landrum. If you want to know more about those areas, I just shot a video on our more country living opportunities in the Upstate, so check that out. But if you're here for one weekend, I would definitely recommend you go check out Landrum, South Carolina. It's definitely more of a destination. It has great little antique stores and restaurants, so go check out Landrum if you're thinking of living anywhere in the upper parts of Spartanburg County, because that's going to be a really awesome amenity you get to take advantage of. If you are here for one weekend and you enjoy wine or you enjoy just being outside and somewhere beautiful, the wineries in Western North Carolina and in Hendersonville are world renowned. You don't necessarily think the Napa of the East Coast when you think the Carolinas, but that's truly what we are. If you're going to live in the Upstate and you do like to go to wineries or breweries, that's going to be a new awesome amenity that you get to enjoy. So I would take a few minutes, maybe on a Sunday afternoon while you're here, and go check it out. The #1 winery that I will recommend is Mark Tree Winery in Hendersonville. If you're going to buy a house on Lake Bowen or in Inman or in Spartanburg, Hendersonville is just a short drive away. It is very close to Campobello and Landrum, so even though it's a North Carolina town, it's just right over the border there. I would definitely take time to go check out Mark Tree to see the beautiful views there and to just see how close, when we all say the mountains are so close, you'll love to be able to enjoy that. Go check out a winery for a couple hours and that'll help you understand why we love our location so much and how convenient it really is. Another opportunity for something that you can do if you're only here for a few days and are maybe considering buying a lakefront property would be to drive out and to check out those lakes. Most of our lakes here in the Upstate are publicly accessible, so you can get a little bit of a vibe of what it's like. For example, Lake Bowen has a really beautiful park on it. So if you're thinking about visiting Lake Bowen, you might go check out the park. You might rent a boat from Gotcha Covered so that you can get out on the lake and kind of peruse it. You can also rent Airbnbs on the lake. I own an Airbnb on Lake Bowen that I often encourage my clients to stay at when they come because they can see the area, really get a feel for what it is like to live there. But they can also maybe rent a boat and check out some of the properties that we're seeing on the lake from the lake. If you're thinking about doing something similar to that, but you're looking at the lakes like Lake Hartwell and Lake Kiowee, they also have a lot of beautiful lakefront public areas that you can go check out. You can rent boats there. You also have the opportunity to do Airbnbs there. So I really say, don't just restrict yourself when you come here to staying at the Westin Poinsett in downtown Greenville, only eating and hanging out in downtown Greenville. Of course, when you move here, you could do downtown Greenville every single night. There's always something to do. It's a very exciting place to live. So maybe instead of staying right downtown, rent an Airbnb on the lake, out at Lake Kiowee, or go stay at a hotel kind of off the interstate, maybe in Hendersonville, and see how the Upstate actually functions for you in day-to-day life. You really can get a very good taste very quickly for how the people are, how the lifestyle is here in the Upstate by checking out an Airbnb on either one of our lakes or even one of our small towns. If you're planning your home search trip here to the Upstate of South Carolina, I would look online to see what type of events are happening on the nights that you're here. We have lots of opportunities for people if you're interested in theater. Places like the Peace Center are always having amazing shows. We have a really great Broadway series. If you're in Spartanburg, the Spartanburg Little Theater also has a really good run of musicals and plays throughout the year. There's always concerts going on at the Peace Center, Bon Secours Wellness Arena, in Spartanburg, at the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium, at the Chapman Cultural Center. There are always concerts, plays, musicals happening. So if that's something that you want to do to enjoy your night and to kind of see some of the facilities that we offer here in the Upstate, I would definitely check online before you come for something like that. Of course, if you're also interested in sports, the Upstate is continuing to grow with our sports teams and our opportunities to enjoy sporting events. The number one most exciting thing, of course, is the new Hub City Spartanburgers team. That is going to be the team that plays at the new baseball stadium in downtown Spartanburg. Greenville has something very similar in the Greenville Drive, which is well established and a really fun event to go to during the summer. So if you're going to be here for a weekend, definitely try to grab a Spartanburgers game or a Greenville Drive game. Also, if you're coming here, you might be coming from the north, or you might be coming from somewhere that has different sports than we have here in the South, and you want to know, hey, is there going to be something there for me to enjoy? A good example of that would be the Swamp Rabbits in Greenville. The Swamp Rabbits are our hockey team. They are super fun. The Swamp Rabbit games are awesome, especially the St. Patrick's Day game. So if you're coming for just a few days, definitely check the Peace Center, the Chapman Cultural Center, the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, the Spartanburg Little Theater, the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. Check out some of those organizations' websites to see if they have any events going on while you're in town. There's no better way to get to know a community than to see its arts on display or its sports on display. So go to a game, go to an event, and really take advantage of your time so you know that the Upstate is the perfect place for you to move. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know if the Upstate is the place for you, or you don't know where in the Upstate might be the place that you want to focus on in your search, take the quiz in the description below to get an idea of what community should be your focus here in the Upstate. If you want to go to a Spartanburg Little Theater production or to a game at the Hub City Spartanburgers, I'm a season ticket holder to both. I'm also a season ticket holder at the Peace Center, so if you're one of my clients, I very often share my seats, take you with me, and I would love to take you. Give me a call if you're looking to buy a house here in the Upstate, and I look forward to meeting you.